them to reset the what they call the prerogative of mercy commission, and for them to meet more regular to examine these cases and to release some people who have been there, who probably paid their dues to society for whatever they've done and so forth. That is how far I went. But I was always distracted. You see, the 3 years were not 3 easy years. It was not 3 years that I had a majority and could have managed things easily.
Former President Donald Ramatar, while admitting that he has made attempts to release nonviolent young prisoners during his tenure, is backing the move by President Granger to free those jailed for minor nonviolent offenses.
I believe all those people who had small pieces of marijuana should be released from prison. What are they doing there?
For independence celebrations this year, President Granger pardoned 60 youths, and he has since announced plans to continue this practice. Some spectators have said there is no point in releasing some of these persons back into society if there is no properly implemented reform structure outside the prison system. Many of those youths incarcerated are there for minor marijuana offenses, to the extent that 75% of prisoners are young people. Mr. Ramatar also spoke of his openness toward the potential legalization of marijuana.
And even so, I think we have to generally think in the direction of what do we do with this marijuana question. Right now, there's states in the United States where they're legalizing it. My mind is not close to these arguments, because I also heard very strong arguments.
Of recent times, many countries have been moving to legalize marijuana, the most recent being Jamaica. Further, while the issue still stands very controversial and there are mixed opinions on the matter, there are thus far a number of American states that have either legalized marijuana for medical purposes or have decriminalized it overall, even though marijuana is still illegal under the United States federal law. Though Mr. Ramatar seems open to suggestions in this regard, during his tenure as president, former Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi firmly stood against the potential legalization of marijuana in Guyana. Rohi had been quoted as saying that the administration has zero tolerance for drugs that are deemed illicit, which includes marijuana. However, President David Granger, during his campaign for office, had announced that his administration would examine the potential legalization of marijuana.
Because I also heard very strong arguments when I was president at CARICOM Heads of Government meeting from heads of government who were doctors. And they also say that we're only talking about the goodness of marijuana, but it has serious effects on people's health as well. I am not an expert. I'm not a medical person. So therefore, I listen to these arguments very, very carefully. And, but generally, it is very clear that there is a changing attitude towards some of these things, and we got to be in step with the times.
Usage of marijuana has been on the increase locally of recent times, and coupled with many international communities moving to legalize the drug, there has been widespread debate on the matter locally. Earlier this year, the Rastafarian Council proposed the legalization of the drug. For HGP Nightly News, I'm Erica Williams.